Divine Tribe, how we doing? So basically, we're just gonna hop on some topics, things I've been experiencing as well as some of the downloads. Once again, if you found this message, then it's probably meant for you or somebody within your energy. So let's just go ahead and have a talk again. I have my cards. Again, not really a tarot read, but we're going to use some of these as a confirmation. So, something I've kind of been not necessarily battling lately, but it's been like in my dreams, it's been in my downloads, it's been, and it's three cards, interesting. It's been in everyday life, kind of. What I've been battling is just because you're on a spiritual journey, I think people get it confused with, you know, butterflies and just sitting on rainbows and we're peaceful. And yes, we create boundaries, but I think sometimes people get it confused or misconstrued and think that we're not going to speak up for ourselves. We are not going to say no. We are just going to let people walk over on us because we're on a different path, a path of peace. And they misconstrue that and think because I'm on a peaceful path that means I won't speak up for myself. And sometimes, it's all about how you I guess release and say what you have to say. So just because you're on this spiritual journey or you're walking a different path, if you're walking a different path, it doesn't necessarily mean to mute your voice. Like, you should be speaking your truth. We still have free will. It's just about how you release certain things. Like, in the past, if I get angry, I'm instantly like, oh, who do I have to knock out? Who am I about to fight? And I'm not functioning like that anymore. Granted, we are human, so I do have my times when my first instinct is in my head is like, oh my god, I'm about to slap the crap out of this person. And it's okay. We're human. I feel like it's more so as long as you're not acting on those actions that you're okay. You take accountability of, I've come a long way. That's just not the way I handle things anymore. But I am going to use my voice and utilize how I feel. So the three cards that fell out actually was the Five of Swords, which is an air card, specifically Aquarius. Let's see what else. We got the Six of Pentacles, and it came out in the reverse because you saw the cards fall when we started. I picked them up exactly as they were. And the King of Pentacles also in the reverse. So we got some mixed energy, some balanced energy here. But it's funny that these specific cards came out because it's kind of along what I wanted to discuss. But, Five of Swords is going to be sneakiness, bullying, disagreements. It's kind of like a greedy person. They're going to do anything to win at all costs, even if that means, fighting dirty. You might have someone within your energy, whether it be family, friends, workplace, that this is how they're functioning. And because of that, this is why I say know when to speak up. Yes, we have boundaries at how we handle things, but it doesn't mean that if you're dealing with somebody in this type of energy that you shouldn't speak up and let them know and correct it. The other one that fell out was the Ten of Pentacles. So lack of stability, financial failure or loss. Maybe someone is going to this extent of the sneakiness and, you know, the backstabbing because they can't handle defeat. So they're going as far as to, you know, they're going into dark places and going about things in the wrong way. What I'm saying is because they're not winning how they should, they're being sneaky and they're going about stuff in the wrong way to get what they want at all costs, basically. Last one that came out, King of Pentacles, also in reverse. This is a greed card. So this links along with anything else. Somebody in your energy could be, you know, a so-called friend, a family member, and they could be doing a lot behind your back and it's coming to the light. And this is pushing you to speak up. Like, don't let anyone block your throat chakra. And as I pull these cards, I always say they're confirmation for me as well when I do these reads. You see me shuffling, you've seen it fall out. That's what it is. Like, the cards don't lie. And this is a really interesting set that fell out the way it did. Obsessed with wealth, obsessed with money. You know, a lot of people think that money is going to be the way to all happiness. Oh, in the bottom of the deck is the moon card, actually. So yeah, somebody was trying to keep something hidden from you, and here it is getting exposed. Don't bite your tongue. Just practice on the way that you release what you have to say. And we all have free will, so you can go about it how you want. I'm just saying, be mindful of how you handle certain situations. Follow your intuitions, follow your premonitions, but yes, there is something that was hidden and it has come to the light and you know about it. Anyways, basically, don't ever let anyone mute your voice. You should be heard. We all have free will of how we deliver that. But if you're walking on this divine path, you want to make sure that you present yourself in a divine way. And, you know, like I said, there was moments when I don't want to say a few months ago because it's been longer than that. Last year, maybe this time, because even from then I've grown a lot, even though I started my journey before then and started, you know, making my changes and vibrating. My goal was to vibrate to that higher frequency each time. I still have my moments as a human and it's okay. As long as we can take accountability, that's the biggest thing you want to focus on. I'm not going to make this a long talk today, just a quick chat. What fell out was the King of Swords. The King of Swords. You are moving in your most honest element. You are super truthful, and because of that, everything is falling into your hands. All the blessings. You don't have to go out there and be, you know, in that sneaky behavior. You don't have to hide behind closed doors of things you're doing. Everything is coming to you and you're having that mental clarity and you're seeing the blessings fall into your hands. Why? Because you're choosing to vibrate higher. Move on a divine path and a higher frequency, and you will be rewarded for it. And it's starting to show. The Emperor. You are a respectful person. You show good leadership. And like I said, everything is falling into favor for you because of that. Continue to stay disciplined. Continue to stay focused. Don't worry about what people around you might be doing, because, you know, sometimes when we go through these tests and these challenges, normally, realistically, when you go through little rough moments with people, what percentage of the time do you think it's just a random stranger doing this to you? No, a big percentage of the time, it's someone who is close to you, a family member, a friend. These tests are put through these people to test how far you've come. And you never want to let that deter you from your true vision and where you're going, you know. So just keep that in mind. And it's crazy because we just had the Emperor fall out. Now, bottom of the deck, you're moving in that Empress energy, you know, that abundance is coming to you, that development, you've accomplished so much, you are growing, action, like you're making action, everything is falling into place. So you really have to continue. I know some days we feel like we're just stagnant or we're not moving. And yeah, in the 3D, things might move a little slower, you know, and that's okay. We just have to sit and process it and know that everything is in divine timing. If something just isn't in our hands at the moment, it doesn't mean it's not coming. It's actually already there. And you're one step closer to it each and every day. The world, the world is completion, you know. You've accomplished a lot. This is fulfillment. We are in the time of celebration now. Like I said, you may still feel a little stagnant and whatnot, but things are moving. They're moving in our favor and they're moving for the best. So just know that it's arriving, and your fulfillment is here. That is that completion once again. And I shuffled. You guys have watched me shuffle this entire time I've been talking. Confirmation. We're moving in our Empress energy. Everything is coming to us. We have excellent communication skills. Our creativity is booming. Like, we're keeping that optimism. We're always looking at the glass is half full versus half empty. Speaking of glasses, we are making sure that our cups are filled first before we're filling anyone else's cup. Like, we can't pour in to anyone and we have nothing left in our cups. That's not how it goes. As I say that, Ace of Cups falls out. So, Ace of Cups, compassion. Again, our creativity, our spirituality is growing daily. Our intuition is growing daily. Like, things are in the works for us. Even though we may feel stagnant daily, things are definitely in the works. Like, it's all there. We got it. Being ambitious and, you know, holding our own, being the original people we are, that's why things are falling into place. So just continue to be patient. Continue to flow. Continue to flow. I can't stress how many times a day in my head that I tell myself flow. And it's actually because one of my really, I'll call her my soul sister. She is one of the ones who got that, like, spoke that into me. We have to just go with the flow. Resistance is not always the way. When we resist to change, when we resist to life, and we just don't let our lives flow, that's when we hit a lot of walls. That's when we feel like we're somewhat struggling or stagnant, because we are not just going with the flow of things and letting our guides continue to guide us and assist us. We don't have to do this by ourselves. We can look for guidance. We can, you know, ask for that guidance. If you sit and you meditate, before you go to bed, you speak affirmations or you ask your spirit team, they will show it to you. They definitely will show you what you need to know. They will give you the messages. All you have to do is ask. Before I go to bed at night, I literally, of course, I speak my affirmations, but I also ask, you know, show me what I need to see. Show me what I need to know in my dreams. You know, I ask to be shown things, and it does help me make better decisions and plan, which 2 of Wands. Planning, progress, making decisions, discovery. Ask for everything to be shown to you, and it will be shown to you. King of Wands, we are natural leaders. As a natural leader, we can look at the bigger picture. We can overcome so much. We're overcoming a lot of challenges, which I talked about on our last chat. We're focused on our careers. Like, things are really booming for us. That fire we're putting, and it is a fire card too, a fire sign card. We have that fire in us. We just had that Aries supermoon, that Aries supermoon. And when I say the fire, it lit under me. And you know, with the full moons, the energy can be a few days before and a few days after. So if you didn't get a chance to speak anything into that supermoon, or get anything, you know, jotted down, journal, just sit, talk with the moon, then this will be your perfect time, because the energy is still surrounding us, to get in there and ask for some guidance and continue, because we are overcoming a lot of challenges. Keep that self-confidence. We are the magician. We are moving as magicians. Keep having that willpower, and the clarity is going to continue to come to you. This is that manifestation. You could be Gemini, because whenever I look at this, the magician, I instantly think Gemini. It is supposed to be an air sign card in general. You could be Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. We're the magician. Continue to make those actions. Continue to make that step. Continue to create, because you're more powerful than you think. I'm going to go ahead and end on the magician, but I'm going to give us a pull from the Oracle deck, just so we have some motivation to get us through. I'll go ahead and take that one, since we like to have these jumpers. We've been having these ones fall into my left, which is interesting. But we'll go ahead and take that message. Grounding. So this is all the confirmation you need to close off the read. You're being asked to ground yourself. You've been spending too much time in your head, and it's time to pay attention to your body and to the earth. Go outside and plant your feet on the ground and enjoy the centering feeling this brings. I have been working on my grounding this week, especially since I felt a lot of stuff around me that, you know, I don't want to say the old me, but last year's version of myself, I wouldn't have been able to handle the way I did. Thanks to grounding and sitting and meditating with myself and just processing a lot, it has kept me from taking some steps backward. I've come too far. We have come too far to let certain people get in the way of our blessings and our growth. Last time, yes, we are human, so sometimes we are going to feel things a certain way. We are going to want to react a certain way. The biggest thing is taking your accountability and not moving in that way. We've come too far. We've learned too much. We can't unsee a lot of things. And if you keep moving in the path you're moving, I promise everything is going to continue to fall into place, and you will be blessed. Work on that grounding. That's all I got for you, my divine collective tribe. Until next time, you're magical.